The patch notes and stuff?
Yeah, I'm reading all that stuff.
Okay, cool. Alright, I started broadcasting again. I'm going to bring up my channel on the laptop so I can actually see my own stream.
Okay. I'll join your stream soon.
Okay.
Ah, Daylight Nitro. That's not a new car. I'll join your stream soon.
Okay. Mute. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I got the first level down probably an hour, I would say, after you left the other night.
Yeah, I saw your once you were done streaming and stuff, I saw on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot. You could watch back.
You got very quiet. You stopped talking.
Yeah, I was concentrating.
Yeah, fair enough.
I want to get the what you call it, the radio, Spotify. I got Spotify connected to my account yesterday, and it'll play, but it says you can't do it while you're broadcasting, and I'm like, what? That's not
That's weird.
right. I thought it was because so you could, for your listeners. And I mean, on this, when I'm watching people drift, it gets annoying after a minute,
Fair enough.
But that's usually when I'm up late, so it's easy to get annoyed when I'm tired. But I'm staying up too late. I'm just having too much fun with this.
I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully the new update will give you more things to do as well.
Well, I'm overwhelmed with things to do, and I'm sort of struggling with figuring out where the story goes.
Like I said, there's no actual story.
Yeah, and I'm glad you told me that, because it was getting a little confusing. So I can just go anywhere and do anything, and there's no real progression except for difficulties?
Basically,
I guess the one thing I'm wondering is, how do you get new cars?
just get the money. Get enough money, buy new cars.
And does it suggest what cars for you to get? Like when you first start, it says, here's your free car kind of thing. After that, does it suggest what car to get, or do you just get to choose that on your own?
You just choose on your own.
Okay. That's more understandable.
Yeah. I'm playing this game on my fiance's account, and just because like I just want a little bit of a challenge because I forgot how to play a game with like if I have absolutely no parts and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And I forgot how little the game like tells you on things.
Oh, right, right. Okay.
I was like, no wonder people are always confused. Like,
Yeah.
the game doesn't tell you anything.
How long have you been playing it since it came out?
Yeah, I played it in the private beta.
Yeah, oh my gosh, dude, you're so into it. And you stream, right?
No, I don't.
No,
I
you don't stream? Have you considered it? I mean, at the level of player you are?
I've been considering. I thought about it in the past and stuff like that, but what basically stopped me was that, like, I'm either working a lot, or like I just want to play by myself type of ordeal.
Yeah. And focus.
Not really focus. Just don't worry about things. Is all.
Yeah. Yeah, I notice when I'm going to go stream, it's kind of different because I feel a sense of I have to keep talking and letting people know what I'm doing when I look away, and I'm like, oh yeah, they probably would want to know, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long? So for that part, I just remember to keep talking about what it is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I talk a lot, so it makes it easy.
I guess it helps for streams.
Yeah. And then my best friend streams too, occasionally. And her and I are just such goof offs. And we're both very strong personalities, so that tends to work well.
That's nice.
I'm doing it for fun right now and just to have more courage, I guess. But I also want to do videos for some medical stuff, some of the conditions that I live with. I want to do educational videos for people. And just like tips and what I do to get through stuff and things I've learned and stuff like that to help basically give people hope is the whole point. And so I'm trying to get a little bit of courage by gaming first.
I like the idea a lot.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really great. Really good.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad. I think it could really go somewhere, you know. It could really help a lot of people, because I know the people that have gone before me that have been doing that are the reason why I have hope, you know, because they've been helping me stay strong. So I'm hoping I can do the same for our group over here.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah. I just gotta not be nervous, because I get nervous about stuff. But that's fine. Yeah. It's just part of who I am, I guess. I'm a bit of a worrier, and I get scared from things easy. But I tend to turn it around and get it together, so there's always that. And it's not really me, though. See, I gotta tell you, honestly, it's a God thing. I really... I've really been just being part of his miracles all the time, and it's just unbelievable that he's doing the things he's doing with me. Like, I should be dead, you know, and I'm not, and I should be paralyzed, and I'm not, and there's all these things, and it's not a lot of me. I try to do the best I can with instructions, but it's all him. And that's a story that needs to be told, you know, because it's a crazy story. You wouldn't believe it. It's the kind of thing that ends up in a movie.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
And
I thought, you know, also playing games, you know, with a lot of us who end up being homebound all the time, there's a lot of us that play games. And so I'm hoping some of my other buddies will come on with me and just goof off together.
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah. So how old are you again? You said 25?
Yeah, I'm 25.
What had you go to Australia again? Was that work or a girl?
Nah, I moved in here with my fiance.
Yeah, a girl. The best reason. Definitely, always. Every great story's got a girl. It's always about a girl, right? It always comes back to the girl. Oops. Oops. What state are you from originally again?
I was from Washington State.
Okay. I'm originally from California. 20 years ago I moved up here, so I have some familiarity with Washington a little bit more than I think the Midwest people do.
Yeah, California does interact with Washington quite a bit.
So I'm understanding what you mean about it's sort of a dance, like you have to be subtle on oh hey, there's your ghost. Not like I can keep up with you or anything, but there it went. Yeah, you laughed at me earlier when I was playing when you went to lunch. Your ghost lapped me. I'm like, of course. No problem. World record holder? No problem. Best guy to beat me.
Not world record for drifting. That's way out of my league.
Well, maybe, but you're obviously better at the game than I am, you know?
I did show you the video where I got the world record in because you said you wanted to see it.
Yeah. I haven't taken a look at it yet, but I will.
Huh.
That's cool. And it's for flying?
Yeah, that's the plain one.
Oh, that's awesome. I used to be into aviation. My dad was a pilot too. Private pilot, not commercial or anything, but I came along and he had to stop flying. Apparently kids are expensive.
I imagine flying planes is kind of expensive.
Yeah. And I ended up getting sick before I could actually become a pilot, but I passed ground school and
Okay.
couldn't afford it either. My dad would have helped me, but yeah, I got sick.
Okay then.
But I've got a lot of experience in the air through Civil Air Patrol, which is the Air Force Auxiliary. I spent like 6 years in that, and we got to go all over the country, and well, not the country, mainly in California, all over California, and air shows and, you know, different military bases and aerospace education, leadership, and cadet programs is the main goal. Or, I mean, search and rescue. Cadet programs is part of the aerospace education. And I went into it for the search and rescue and the aviation part of it. When planes crash over here and they say they were searching for it, the they is Civil Air Patrol.
Alright.
And I hope someday to go back, but we'll see what God's got planned for me. I know his plan's always better than mine because I done messed up my world all by myself. Oh, there's... Hey, there you are. I want to come get you.
You are aware you're following my highlight, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it's not really you.
Yeah, highlights are weird. They're just random things that just appear like, oh, you drifted for this long. Here's a highlight.
Okay.
Like, cool, thanks, game.
Yeah. I'm like... It just pops up on the screen kind of deal, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why highlights are even in the game, because, like, people just... It's not something you'd, like, go out to do. It's just, you're driving and, like, cool, here's the top speed you did in this area. It's like, okay, cool.
Is it an Easter egg or anything? Or no, just random non-usable information?
It's really just random non-usable stuff.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you could beat your friend's highlights, but, like, but why?
Right.
There's nothing to gain from that at all.
Maybe if they make another one, they'll improve on that.
I think they kind of forgot about it, to be honest.
Oh.
It is something they added because, like, oh, this may be a good idea, and then everyone just ignored it, like, well, that was a good idea.
Yeah. But if I pay attention to your ghost, I can get an idea of how what your line is, and speed and stuff. Except that I can't catch up to you.
I'll say, you can follow my ghost on the actual drift events.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just when you go on the leaderboard, just click my profile, you could select me as a ghost.
Okay. That's good to know. That'll be really helpful. Because the other races, I follow, you know, all 7 of them at first and see what their line is and when they're braking how they're moving on the speed of some of the corners and whatnot, and then I just do the same thing until I got it down, and then just beat them a little at a time.
Yeah. Sadly, not every races has ghosts you could follow, which just kind of sucks. Like, you can't follow street race times, you can't follow hypercar times. And I'm like, why? That's
Right.
the most important one.
Yeah, okay.
But you can follow the majority of them, though.
That's good to know. That'll be helpful. What other games do you play?
It's mostly this one at the moment. My friend is trying to get me into Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I told him, like, if you buy the game for me, I'll play it, but I don't have the money to buy it myself.
Okay.
But other than that, not many games, just because majority of the time I'm at work. When I'm at home, I don't want to, like, put myself into a new game where I know nothing about.
Gotcha.
And I have to focus and stuff. And I just want a game where I like, alright, cool. I'm just driving.
Yeah.
Like, I could drive for like 2 hours and I'll be fine.
Yeah. I miss driving. I haven't been able to drive for a long time, and just recently I've been well enough that I've been able to drive several times, and it's got me hoping that maybe, you know, I can end up driving regularly again. And so I'm kind of excited about that, and I was like, I'm going to get the game and, you know, get excited about driving again.
So if you don't mind me asking, what type of medical condition do you have?
Oh, not at all. I don't mind. It's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No, that's a new one on me.
Okay. Yeah, it's a rare disease, or at least rarely diagnosed. We think it's actually much more common than the numbers are currently saying. Oh, hey, there's your ghost again. Oh, no. Oh, and it disappeared. That's not nice. It's collagen protein mutation. So anything in your body that's made of collagen has that mutation, and pretty much any connective tissue, anything that connects anything to anything else, is affected. So, you know, more common thing that people know about when you say EDS is the joint hypermobility. We're very flexible, too flexible. So we end up having a lot of injuries as a result of that. And then also just because the tissue is lax, it's stretchy, so to speak. And so it doesn't have the integrity it needs to hold your body up, if you can imagine what I mean.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty creative in terms of, I think, what evolution, I have an opinion of what evolution was trying to do. We just so happen to be in the middle of it. You know, I think it was trying to, like, in a crazy kind of way, like, make us stronger, which is a weird thing to say. But, there's things that we do with our bodies that other people can't do, you know, with the flexibility. One of the more common things that people have heard of with EDS is the contortionist in the circus. But unfortunately, that's what doctors are looking for, and that's on the extreme end of it. And that's not what most people are like. You know what I mean? So the doctors don't tend to recognize it because they were only taught a little page in their medical books about it. And they've heard of it, but they don't know really what it is and how to deal with it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought your condition sounded familiar.
Okay.
And my partner actually has a friend who has the same condition.
Really? Oh, that's crazy. Nice.
I don't know much about it, but
You know
I
the
just know
person?
like
Do you?
kind of not really.
Okay. So I was wondering if you'd seen the person and been able to know anything about them or how it
Like what
affects
do you want to
them.
know?
Like how it
Uh,
affects them, or whether you've noticed their flexibility or soft skin or young looks. We tend to have really young looks because our skin is so soft that we look
Huh.
really young for our age.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's about the only good thing about it.
Give me a quick minute.
Sure, no problem.
So, so one of the most interesting things about a friend, I'm just going to say Hannah, to be easier to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Hannah could dislocate her shoulders quite easily and without
Yes.
pain.
Yes. Well, she's
Yes.
lucky that she doesn't have pain with it. Some people don't have pain when their joints come out, but a lot of us do.
How old is Hannah? Oh, older than I thought. Hannah's 20. Hannah's 26.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's crazy cool. Do you know how's her life for her? Does she have a life, like, or does it affect her?
Oh, she's a para-athlete. She has a really active lifestyle.
Okay, that's cool. Because some people are extreme athletes, and some people can barely walk, depending on how they were structured. Me, I'm an ex-athlete, except I shouldn't say ex because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still an endurance athlete because it's every day, all the time. You never get a break, so you have to stay on top of things and stay aware.
Apparently, a lot of people have told Hannah, she probably shouldn't have an active lifestyle, but Hannah's like, fuck it, fuck you, I'm just gonna have an active lifestyle.
Right.
So
yeah.
She does all this stuff.
A lot of us are like that because it's like, what else are we gonna do? This is what we're good at.
But yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I'm quite, like I said, I know I'm very well in touch with the disabled community because of my partner in particular.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So, like, I do know roughly what you're talking about and, like, how your life is because I've met so many other people with, like, different types of problems.
Yeah. Cool. Boy, it's cool to run into you. See what the internet does? And people said gaming is all for nothing. There's a social aspect to gaming that is just irreplaceable in my opinion. The teamwork involved is such a fantastic connection with another human,
Well, not only is, like, online games, like you and I could talk to each other, I met my fiance because of a single-player game.
Really? How'd that happen?
It's a relatively long story, but since we're chatting, I'm not texting, I could actually tell it.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, I love to hear stories.
Ever heard of a game called Spyro the Dragon?
Yeah. Wasn't that on
Uh,
the old system?
yeah, I was back on the PS1 and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I found her randomly on the internet. It's like, oh, I could help you write this story. Because I was dumb and I thought I could write stories. And her and I just started trying to make a game that never saw the light of day. But that's how we met each other at first. It was kind of like on a community forum based off of a game.
Okay. Very cool. So you guys have a very deep invested interest in something together.
Yeah, we've known each other for like what, 8 years now?
That's awesome.
8 or 9. She's fulfilled. I don't know. Yeah, 8 years. Yeah.
Guys don't tend to remember things like amounts of years. Although
It's just
I shouldn't say that because I'm not bad too.
it's just when you've been dating someone for so long and stuff like that, I just kind of forget how long it's been sometimes.
Yeah, my best friend and I, she's actually my ex, but we mutually parted because we had an agreement if we were going to lose our friendship that we would break up. Well, that's sort of what ended up happening. Well, it is what ended up happening. And we basically stayed best friends, and all this time, it's, we can never figure out how long it is. And we have to go back and have memories to figure things out. And what year was this, and what year was that? You know, when were you here? When were you there? And, basically it's been like, I think around 14 years now, 15 years? Somewhere in that neighborhood? Yeah. She was a puppy, so was I.
If you want to upgrade your drift car, I recommend going to a different drift event and put it on easy.
Okay.
I only said because I was able to get high points when I had like no parts on, but that's also because I've been drifting for a while.
Okay.
It's going. Yeah, so that's Catherine and I, how we first started. It was just making a game together, no idea what we were doing, and we just talking and started talking like that.
That's awesome. How long ago was that? Like the forum that must have been like Windows 3.1 or something? Or maybe later than that.
I'm not sure. We were on this website called DeviantArt.
Cool.
And it's a website where it's mostly for like young artists. You kind of like get their name on the internet and kind of like get a little following and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was on an art website just to like so I could chat with other friends of communities and stuff, and that's kind of when I discovered her and her community.
So, what do you like to do for writing the game? Are you like graphics or storyline or?
I'm a writer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been writing books for I have no idea how many years now.
Oh, you're a legitimate author.
No, I haven't published a book yet because when I've published my books in the past, they were just so bad. I'm like, this is horrible, and I just took everything down the shelves. Like, no. When I publish a book, it's gonna be a good book. It's gonna. There's no spelling mistakes, no grammar mistakes. You can actually read it.
You do know that the author is never going to be satisfied with it.
I do know that,
yeah.
Which is why I'm kind of like, I'm restricting myself.
Okay.
Like, my editor right now, he's editing the book. I'm like, cool. If there's no more plot holes in the books
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
and if the beta readers are enjoying it, then the book's being sold. Like, as long as other people say the book is fine, then I'm going to trust their judgment.
Okay.
Because, like you said, I will just always keep trying to redo the book.
Yeah. And I'm sure your fiance is invested in you, so she'll let you know if it's shit. So no, babe, don't put this out. This is crap. Or, yeah, sweetheart, this is fantastic. Put this out. Right?
Yeah,
Something like that?
Yeah, she told me once or twice that my book is crap.
Good. See? If she's honest with you, then you know when you have a good book, you know it'll be good.
I discovered something about myself very recently.
What's that?
I also have a weird medical condition, and I could never say it properly.
Okay.
I think it's like aphantasia or something like that. And
Okay.
it's basically, I don't have an imagination.
Really?
If you tell me to like close my eyes and imagine a beach, I'll be like, I close my eyes and I see nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
So I can't-
okay, now I have a really good question for you. Do you hear? Do you experience the world through sound? When you have memories, do you remember what people said, what the sound was in the background, what music was playing on the radio?
Nope, none of that stuff.
Okay. How do you have memories?
Basically my memories are less pictures and more just words.
Okay.
Like, for example, like, I don't even remember what my father actually looks like. Like if you tell him, if you're an incredible, sketch artist, I can't tell you how to draw my father, but I remember like some of the memories that I have with him just because they're so ingrained with me that they're kind of permanent.
And how do you experience your memories?
It's more so like
Words?
just telling stories, words. Like, I remember like stories he tells or things that have happened I've converted into like a little story type of ordeal.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
But
See, I experience things apparently. Well, no, go ahead. You finish saying what you were saying, and then I'll tell you.
Well, as I discovered, writing books where you need to visualize everything is really difficult if you cannot visualize anything.
Yes.
So I'm working on that.
Yeah. Now that you know that, though, that'll really help.
Well, the thing is, like, my characters and my dialogue is really well. Like, a lot of people who read it saying, like, yes, the dialogue is great, the characters are great. It just, you got no description of what your characters look like. It's like,
Okay.
oh, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. That makes sense. So you don't have any idea what the characters would look like, you just know the character's personality and who they are?
Yeah, like, Catherine, she draws my characters every now and then and stuff. And even to this day, I cannot visualize what my character looks like. I just think of them as like a little blob that's just moving around.
Huh.
Even though Catherine, who's very detailed with her artwork, draws everything what the character is supposed to look like, I still just see my character as a blob.
Huh, okay. Unless you're actually looking at the picture.
Yeah, unless I'm looking at the picture, be like, oh, I forgot my character is a dragon.
Yeah. That's cool. A friend of mine experiences the world through sound. She can't visualize. When she closes her eyes, she doesn't see anything. She hears things. She remembers what was playing on the music. She remembers what people said. Sounds.
Sounds like she has what I have.
Yeah. She can't see anything. She has no visualization. So when I talk to her and I tell her stories, I try to think of how she thinks so that I can explain it in a way she understands, like speaking her language, you know?
Yeah. Apparently only like 3% of the population has this, but it could be more, but just like people who grew up with this don't know they have it because
Yeah.
like they never experienced anything different.
Exactly. And
Like-
yeah, go ahead.
Like I only recently discovered I have this, and I only discovered I had this because other writers on like forums and stuff I'm part of were like, wait, you guys have an actual imagination? You guys see things? I was like, wait, that's a thing people do? And that's when I
Wow.
discovered like, wait, I
Yeah.
have this.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I just recently learned about it too because she had learned about it and didn't know that other people didn't experience the world through sound like she does, and the way her brain processes information. And when she shared it with me, I realized for myself that I could actually do both. I visualize very strongly, very visual, but I also experience the world through sound. So it's easy for me to describe to her environments and stories and stuff like that in sound, but I lean way more visual, so I'll end up going visual again and then have to remember, oh wait, sound, and come back to that. But it's fascinating.
Yeah, not much research has been done into this because it's all part of your mind, and researchers are like, well, how do we like study someone's mind?
Yeah.
At the moment, all we have is their word, but I don't think researchers knows like someone that can visualize something and someone that doesn't. If there's like brain levels is different or something.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by the brain because I have a lot of struggles with it. You know, your brain is like 80% collagen or something.
Yeah.
And being that we're so stretchy and stuff, I had no idea that I've been giving myself head injuries since I was a little kid, being so physically active and athletic. And I did all the things you're not supposed to do if you have a condition like this. And there's also other cognitive issues actually related to the comorbid diagnoses that come along as a result. Like I have heart problems. I have massive allergies to things that I shouldn't be. Like my body tends to overreact. Like if the police is pulling you over to give you a speeding ticket, the SWAT team shows up.
Oh wow.
You know, and all that kind of craziness. So we kind of have a lot to deal with. It's never ending, you know, you never get a break. It's always something, and it's incredibly painful. So we live in this massive amount of pain all the time, and nobody even realizes it. And a lot of us didn't know that the rest of the world wasn't experiencing all that pain when they were doing the things we were doing. We had no idea. It's like, that doesn't hurt for you? What do you mean that doesn't hurt for you, you know? It's like the rest of the world doesn't live in pain all the time.
I think in our day and age, like a normal person with just nothing wrong with them, they could visualize everything and they don't get hurt every time. I think they're the rare breed at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too, because what our disabled community is getting lots of recognition and understanding and compassion in the last many years, and lots more diagnoses with stuff than ever before, and I think it's kind of crazy cool. I mean,
yeah, the disabled community is pretty big in Australia as well.
Is it?
But yeah, but they don't seem to get heard. Like everyone just loves to ignore them and stuff, or until it's relevant. But I'm surprised because disabled community is the largest community in like the whole world, but yet everyone keeps shutting them out.
Yeah.
Like technically, if you wear glasses, you're disabled.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's one of those guys that's never had anything wrong. And if he does have something wrong, he completely ignores it, which is a big problem for me. And he has no concept of teamwork, and he has no ability to see when somebody's having an issue. So it's always been a problem for me. But luckily, I was raised with babysitters. So I was able to get, the care of having a family. And then we went to my grandma's on the weekend, and my grandma was my person. She knew how to take care of things in life, and she taught me how to do life, So my dad's not exactly, it's very hard to explain. He's not the kind of guy that you want to follow in his footsteps, because the way the world appears to him is a very scary place where everybody's after him. And his identity is wrapped up in the quality of the work he does. And he's very mechanically oriented.
Okay, then.
Oh, no. Oh, I gotta get that corner. 24, come on, 3 more! Oh, no, I lost my concentration!
You are doing quite better.
Thank you.
Like, the last time I saw you drifting, you were even getting like 20,000.
Yeah. You mean on this one or the one from yesterday? Or the other day?
I saw you drift like a few days ago.
Yeah, okay. When I first started, yeah, and you were helping me.
Yeah.
Thank you. It feels good to improve. Oops. I like little bit is like my motto with everything in life. I look for the small improvements because it's those things that create the big changes when you put all the little things together.
Yeah.
Woo! No! Oh. You must love this girl to have moved continents for her. That had to be scary, like, what if it didn't work out kind of thing.
It's all doing well. Since we've known each other for so long, and we were friends for a while, I felt like that helped us in our relationship, because, like, we kind of knew who we were before we, like, moved in with each other.
Yeah. How many years did you know each other before you moved out there?
Probably known each other, like, what? Probably, like, 4, 5 years we knew each other.
That's a good long time.
And, stuff, so, like... And also we were long distance as well, so, like... which also I think kind of helps as well, because like we couldn't see each other all the time and stuff. We had to like literally make time out of our day and stuff to actually visit, talk, and Skype things like that.
Yeah. I actually moved across the country for a girl many years ago, and that's how I ended up here. Eventually, I met her online. I moved to Kentucky, and unfortunately, she ended up not being a good person. And I ended up coming up here where my dad is in Wisconsin. He had left California about 3 years before that, and I ended up moving up here in hopes to go to Mayo Clinic. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten to the Rochester Mayo, and again, unfortunately, that the Mayo here where I live is an extension, and they're not good. So that's unfortunate, but now that I know what I have, I'm making great strides. So that's
good to know.
Yeah. And I ended up in a bad way, and I came out of it, and I was like, two things. Like, I was like, there's got to be other people around here like this, but we don't know where each other is. And it would be a lot easier to know each other, to have somebody to be like, I know what you're going through. I know what that's like. And have friends that get you. And so I got together with a lady who had started a nonprofit, and based on education and advocacy. Not advocacy, but resources for people who don't have access, so that those of us who are trying to get help would know who to go to, because there's so few people that know about it. We need to go to those specialists. So she was the reason why I came out of my bad way. And so I got together with her, and I said we should start a support group here where I live. And so we did. And that was like a year and a half ago or so. And
okay, then.
We got a group going now, and we're now we've gone to multiple states now. And there's support groups in multiple states now, and we're working with other people like us who wanted to start their support group in their area. So now it's not just Wisconsin, it's Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and Louisiana. And
that sounds great.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to basically, be what the country can do about education and resources for this. And so it's a really big deal, and I can't believe I'm a part of it. Like, that's a total God thing that I ended up here, because it's like,
hold on.
Oh my God, dude! Oh my God! Look at that! Yeah! I should go to the mailbox. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Let's go, boys. Oops, didn't mean it. Wrong button. Oh. I'll be right back.
Hello there.
All right. Hello. You have a puppy? That's okay.
He's got a big dog, not a medium dog.
Yeah.
Uh,
Got a dog. I think he's a big dog.
Haha, right? They always do. What kind of dog?
What kind is he?
Staffy Cross Cattle.
Alright, that's right. He's a Staffy Cross Cattle Dog.
Stuffy Cross Cattle Dog. I don't know what Stuffy Cross is, but I can imagine in my head a cattle dog.
Staffies are kind of like the Australian version of a pit bull.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're related, but not the same thing.
Yeah. I like pit bulls. I think they're very misunderstood.
Yeah. But Pork Chop is
Pork Chop? That's his name?
yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Interesting thing about him, he only has 3 legs.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
great.
Was it
I love
obesity
it.
or arthritis?
Both. He was like 3 or 4 times what he was supposed to weigh, and it destroyed his joints and gave him arthritis.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, Pork Chop, previous owners and stuff, got him really, really fat. To the
Okay.
point where his joints got kind of bad,
Oh,
and it
jeez.
gave him arthritis, so they had to get rid of one of his legs.
Okay.
He's much healthier now.
Good. Good.
He loves to jump on us a lot.
Yeah. So he's a medium size that thinks he's big?
He's medium
Is that what you
sized, thinks
said?
he's big, and scared of all those things that are smaller than him.
Oh, that's funny.
There's a neighbor around our place that has a cat, and the cat's a pretty big cat, and the cat loves to pick fights with Pork Chop.
Okay. And he falls for it every time?
Yeah, he falls for it every time.
I have a cat. I'm a cat person, but I love dogs. I love animals of all kinds. And yeah.
Catherine and I have been thinking about if the landlord will let us get a cat as well.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we have too many animals already. Don't need another one. But we want them.
Yeah. Do you have the means to take care of them?
Yeah, we do. Like, we won't buy an animal if we can't take care of them.
Well, there you go. That's the important piece. That and the
At
love.
the moment we have a bird, a snake, a bearded dragon, and a dog.
Oh, cool. What kind of bird?
We have a Kanya bird.
Conure, what's that? Oh, conure.
Kanya, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Tell me more about that, because I have this thought in my head about how they're quite smart and they're talkers, or
He's not really a
something.
talker. I'm not sure about how smart he is, but man, is he loud.
How big is he?
Apparently he's like a pineapple conure, so he's like probably pineapple size.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, really? That's because of the colors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it works if he's the size of a pineapple too.
Nah, he's a little bit smaller than a pineapple. But he's our first bird that we have, so like we're still relatively new with the whole training thing for him and stuff like that. But yeah,
Okay,
we're probably gonna get another one later on.
that's cool. I like eagles are my favorite bird, and I watched them on YouTube.
Okay.
When the babies, they're getting ready right now, they're nesting. They had the eggs, and so I gotta be watching it a little bit more because they're about to hatch. And I've watched them for a couple of years, and one year, I didn't have a TV, I just had my laptop, and I couldn't sit up, but I put the laptop way up high, and then every now and then I could put my bed up and see them.
Yeah, okay.
And I would just leave it on all day.
There's been a lot of debate of who could win in a fight, like an American eagle or like an Australian hawk.
Oh yeah?
And someone replied like, in Australia, because Australia's always on fire, the hawks in Australia learn how to pick up sticks that are on fire, go into like burrows and stuff where other animals are at, set them on fire, and then pick up the animals that are running for their lives. Like,
Oh my lord. Talk about a raptor. Good
Yeah.
night.
and I'm just
That's
like,
awesome.
it's awesome, but scary when you realize that birds have learned what fire is and learn how to use it as a weapon.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, you're right. Son of a gun, we're not the only ones that have fire now.
We're not the only ones that have fire now.
Maybe we weren't the only ones ever. Maybe they could before and we just didn't know it. Maybe we're not the first ones that knew how to use fire. Oops.
I just think it's so funny because there's like pictures of like Australian hawks with like knowing where like a rabbit's nest is at, throwing fire in the rabbit's nest, and then picking up the rabbits as they run out.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, that's just advanced stuff. I don't think a bird should know this stuff.
Yeah, right? I think birds are so awesome. They're so small, but they have such a crazy cool intelligence. The way they process information and the way you can see them process information by watching them, it's awesome, And their little physiology, it's crazy how they can fly, and I love them. Oh, I'm just gonna take a break here on my thumb. I'm using this game as physical therapy for my right hand, for my fine motor movement, to get that back again, because I lost the use of my entire right side. I dislocated my right arm pretty bad, and it. Can you see me right now?
Yeah, I can see you.
I
Barely, but I can see you.
Okay. I went and I pulled a pillow out from behind me like this, and when I did, I ended up injuring it right here at the collarbone, and my entire collarbone, my rotator cuff, and then in the back, my scapula, and then right next to my spine, like, wrecked it all, and couldn't hold up my arm. I was going like this, like, everywhere I went, just to stand up and move around, and unfortunately, at a very similar time, I ended up partially dislocating my neck, or what they call a subluxation, which is a partial dislocation, and was going through periods where my arms would be paralyzed, and then they'd come back, and then they'd be paralyzed, and then they'd come back, and then I couldn't use them for long periods of time, and it was excruciating to try and use them and pass through that, and very, very scary, because when I called the doctor to try and explain it to my care coordinator, she wouldn't believe me. I told her I can't sit up to get to the doctors to get the MRI for my neck or my shoulder. Like, physically, I could not stand up long enough to get down the street 10 minutes. You know, to get in a vehicle and get down the street. And ended up getting really blessed finding out about a specialty kind of chiropractor that is only upper cervical. And it's not high velocity. It's just slow. And then you have to wait over time for your body to gain its own. You have to let the spine work itself out after you get that first vertebra realigned. And that's what it was the first vertebra that sits, that holds your head up, is, oh God, it was shifted off. And it's likely that it was like that for a very long time and I didn't know it. And then it got to such an extreme point that I couldn't function any longer. And it did bad things to my brain. And then in the effort to try and get some help, I went to a chiropractor that was high velocity, and he didn't know me. He didn't know how my body was, and he ended up hurting me really bad and making it worse. And that was partly why I ended up going through those stages where I would get paralyzed and then not paralyzed, and could use things and then I couldn't use things, and it was pretty crazy. And I feel like what happened was he tapped my brainstem like a brain injury, and because I couldn't think, I couldn't process, I couldn't do much of anything, and and it reminded me of all the injuries I've had with my head injuries over the years. So I've had several head injuries and not even knew it because I wasn't really allowed to go to the doctor as a kid. My dad felt like doctors were bad guys. So when I get hurt in sports and stuff, I just kept going. And
Okay.
probably shouldn't have done that. I know it made things worse because I really have a lot of cognitive deficits. But I've come back so far that I can't even believe where I am at now and how cognitively things are getting so much better for me. And I'm coming back again. And that's why I'm saying it's like a God thing, man, because I was done. I was absolutely done, wondering why I'd wake up every day. It's like, why am I alive? There's no point in me being here. You know, I never got to the point where I asked him to take me, but I wanted to, you know, not be alive every day. I was suicidal every day, you know, and I'm bipolar, so that doesn't help matters. Lots of PTSD, especially medical PTSD. And, dang it. So things have been a little rough for me. Pretty wicked life, actually. And I ended up, my version of suicide, see, I couldn't commit suicide because of my faith. You know, I had this experience when I was younger where I tried to kill myself because I was gay and ended up being touched on the shoulder. And I believe to this day it was an angel. And the information that I got in that touch, there's nobody around in that park. I mean, I'm mixing stories here, but it changed me because after that, I knew that he made me this way, and I was never ashamed of being gay again. It's a hell of a story to share, to tell somebody too. And so I couldn't kill myself because of that. And also because there was this girl that had EDS named Megan, and she killed herself because she couldn't get help. And she also had postpartum depression, and so she had a new baby, she had a great family, and none of that kept her around because she was in such excruciating pain and had such bad problems with her body, and no one believed her. And she ended her life. And my group had a memorial service, a memorial walk for her. And I was online watching their little Facebook Live thing that they put on, and then ended up getting a picture of her for the event sent to me. And so I put her up on my board. So I would look at her all the time, and I'm like, I can't kill myself because she killed herself. She can never tell her story. The story that she tells is the people that love her, but her story is never going to be told through her own self. And if I kill myself, my story is never going to get told. So I couldn't do it. And my version of suicide ended up becoming, okay, God, you take over. You know, I'm done. I tried to do my life. I failed. You know, it's on you now. You can have my life. Do whatever you want with me. I'm done, you know? And that was my version of suicide. And yet not. You know what I mean? So that's how extreme it got. And I'll be darned if it didn't, things ended up changing when, I know it sounds corny, but things ended up changing when I gave my life to Christ. And it's nuts. It's nuts. I'd never believed people before when they would say that. And I always believed in God, but that was a little bit extreme for me. You know, I'm like, how do they experience that, you know, and all that? And then it started happening to me. And I'm like, how is this happening, you know? And yeah, it's just gotten better and better and better. So that's the story that I tell now. That's part of my story.
That's a nice story to tell.
Yeah, I've got to make something good out of it because there's such torture and torment that I've lived through that it's like, what's it all worth if I'm jaded and hateful? I don't want to be jaded and hateful, but I've been that, and it sucks. I don't want to be that anymore, you know? I don't like myself like that. Oh, I almost got away with that one. So yeah, I think my job is hope. That's what he's got me doing. And now with our group here in my area, we all have each other now, and we're all able to have hope with each other and share things as a family. It's just, it's amazing. It's fantastic. I can't believe I'm a part of something so amazing. Oh, almost. And it's definitely one of those things where you know you're living your purpose. And I've been sick my whole life, and it's like, how do I get into a situation where I'm living my purpose when I never finished college? I didn't make it into the Air Force. I didn't finish a job. I was always getting fired. So how the heck am I supposed to have a career, right? Well, all of the things I've been through up to now as a result of being so sick is actually the teachings that I was going through so that I could share my story with others to help them get through their stuff. And I'm just so grateful to be in such an amazing position. You know, it's like, that's a pretty incredible career to be a part of. That's something I can go to my grave being very happy about being a part of.
Nice.
Yeah. So now it's like, it doesn't matter when I die because it's in God's time, not mine. But I know I lived a purpose. I lived a good life. It was purposeful. And it makes it all worth it. And if somebody can get something out of what I went through, that makes it worth it.
Sounds like you have a plan.
No, not me. God does. I just follow the instructions.
Fair enough.
If I can understand, you know. And then there's sometimes I just don't want to. And I'm like, why? But yeah.
Alright then.
Almost. So what do you do, like, not what do you do, but like, what do you enjoy about who you are as a person?
Got nothing on that really, to be honest.
No? What would your girlfriend say?
Hold on.
Haha. 12 to 25. 12 to 25. 12 to 25.
Alright. I'm very funny, apparently.
Oh, good sense of humor. Very important. Very important. Yeah, my best friend's like that too. Wow. That's always important. Sounds like you have a good outlook on life too. And you're very kind and compassionate, it seems to me. I mean, I don't know you very well or anything, but just from talking to you, it seems like you're a compassionate person with, you know, regard to disability stuff. It definitely takes compassion.
I see the, like, people being ignored a lot, and I'm like, they really shouldn't be ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's compassionate.
Let's see. Oh wow, time flew by quite quickly. It's already 5 o'clock.
What about 5 o'clock?
No, it's like I remember getting back on the crew when you messaged me. I was like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, and now it's 2 hours has already gone by.
Oh wow, okay, I got you.
Just upset the new up. I'm just upset that the new update isn't going to be for like several more hours.
Yeah.
I was like, no, waiting for it today, and it will arrive today, just 2 hours before the day is over.
Right?
Like, all right, thanks.
We always say Bungie for Destiny 2, but now I can say Ivory Tower. That's a hell of a name, isn't it? It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I may restart another one of my games, just so I can play again. I just need another game that I haven't completed yet, where I could just spend hours in doing nothing.
Yeah. Do you like, first-person shooters or, the story games?
I tried. I'm just waiting for like Destiny 2 to be like on free or something like that, because I don't
You're
know
kidding.
if I'll like it to buy
Destiny 2 is awesome. That's my game.
it.
I'm not
I hear
good
a lot
at
of good
it,
things about it.
but I love it. Huh?
I hear a lot of good things about it, and then I hear a lot of bad things from it.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
really
pretty
mixed
awesome.
Hmm.
I'm not good, but I have a lot of fun. My best friend's like, I'd rather play with you not being good than some arrogant person that's good, you know, but they're arrogant. And our clan is called Zen, and she made it, and she calls it Zebra's Endless Night.
Okay then.
And zebra is representative of rare diseases, and we sort of adopted the zebra as our mascot because of that. And I'm always saying, it never ends, it never ends. So, she made up that Zebra's Endless Night. I'm always up at night, we're always up at night. Well, she's not, she's a morning person, but I'm always up at night. And then, her, other ex-girlfriend lives in North Carolina, and she's married now, and her wife has EDS. So she has an investment in the clan name also. So I thought that was really special that she came up with that. She's pretty sweet like that.
Alright.
So the three of us have a lot of fun goofing off. They're much better than I am. They basically carry me. But they're okay with it, so that makes it fun for me.
That's good.
Yeah. I actually haven't played Destiny in a minute because I've been playing this.
Yeah, I noticed whenever I see you on, it's just a crew. It's like, oh, I thought you played like Destiny and stuff.
Yeah. I should do that. I should stream Destiny.
You'll definitely get a lot more viewers on Destiny.
Yeah. I went on, I like to go on Twitch also for, to watch people. And I'd like to stream on Twitch because, you know, their rules are a lot different than YouTube, and I'm afraid I'm going to break YouTube rules without knowing them, you know, and, but Twitch, you know, it's made for this. And you can choose the adult, with no children, and, you know, when you cuss, you won't get in trouble. Or when you talk about adult things, you know.
Well, currently you are streaming on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But, yeah, that's one thing about, YouTube. Like, not even YouTube knows what their actual rules are and stuff. Like, it's just a mess.
Yeah. And I don't want to mess it up for when I, want to do the educational videos. Right. And the personal videos. But I wanted to come on here because I have a follower. I wanted to see Jesse. Yeah, I wish I could be on the last couple days, but I was just so wiped out. And all this business with getting prepared and getting ready and all the schedule changing, and worried about my dad because he wasn't taking this stuff seriously, and he's 82, and he thinks he can never catch anything. So I'm like worried about him because he's the one going out shopping for me all the time. And so finally he started taking it seriously because I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't let you bring me stuff. You're gonna get me sick. So he started taking it seriously. And I hope we're prepared now. I feel like I need some more produce. But that's about it.
Well, I'm glad you guys are prepared.
I hope so. Vitamin D3. Have you guys got it yet? I mean, what's it like in Australia? Is it bad? Has it started yet, or are you still in the preparation stage?
It says vitamin D3.
Yeah. I just put out some YouTube videos I found on my Facebook page so that my friends could take a look at that, because from what it looks like is vitamin D3 gets your immunity up so high that you're 70% less likely to be affected by the viral or bacterial infection in your upper respiratory system. And I've been taking vitamin D3 for years, and just recently, about 6 months ago, increased my dosage. And just recently my dad got sick and I didn't get it, which was something.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they've done hundreds of thousands of people in their research studies all over the world. And I wonder if, can I send you a link somehow?
You could send me links through PlayStation Messenger. That's how I sent you
Okay.
the link on my thing.
The PlayStation messages on my phone? Or even on the PlayStation 2? Okay, yeah, I'll do that because it's a really big deal. And it's a good way to be prepared for your body, Oops. I've been sharing it with all my friends.
We can have a chat with our doctors about it, like we need to take it and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. Hold on.
No! Oh, dang it.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. When you were talking about it's kind of like a dance,
Yeah.
that really helped my mind because I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. And then it helped me understand the subtlety of the R2 instead of just mashing it and letting it off. Like there's a subtlety to the increase in acceleration and decrease in acceleration.
If you do want, you can follow my ghost, although it will probably be a lot faster than you can keep up with.
It might give me an idea of where my line should be.
Yeah, all you need to do is like exit on this, and when you look at the leaderboards of where you're at in the rankings, you can just click on my profile.
Okay. And then, which one is that? On the D-pad, is it down? No. Left?
So basically, right before you start the event, you should click on See Leaderboards.
Okay.
The delay is really bad on live PlayStation right now.
Is it?
Yeah, I wonder if I could follow you on on actual YouTube on my phone. Probably easier.
Oops. No, wait. Can I do it before I start the race? Yeah.
Yeah, you do it before you start a race.
Okay.
Just, oh, no wonder I can't find you on YouTube. I'm not spelling your name right. Hey, there you are. I'll subscribe to you.
All right. I have a subscriber.
Hey, there you are. Alright. Hopefully this will be more current to what you're doing at the moment. So if you click on Square on Friends, that should take you to where your friends are at.
Click
Friends
on
rankings.
Square. That brought me up. No friend ranked.
Oh, I haven't done this yet, have I? Oh, my
Maybe
bad.
not.
Huh. Well, I could do this real quick, and then you could then I'll upload my score.
There you go. Maybe have you
Alright.
done this one? Let's see. Yeah, you've done this one.
I've done a lot, but then they changed the scores, and there was one update where they got rid of every score on every track because so many of them were just were cheat scores.
Really?
So there's a lot of tracks I haven't done again because I don't want to do it that one.
Yeah. Let's see. So how do I?
So click X on OK.
All right. Profile.
All right. I'm just trying to see example. Oh, can you not follow my ghost? Ah.
That would suck.
Or maybe you need to complete it first, actually. Because you haven't
Okay.
completed it on easy.
All right.
Easy yet.
Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Oops.
Let's see here. You could probably do it on Airport Terminal D, just so you could see what it looks like.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can. I'm checking all this now, actually.
What kind of games does your fiance play?
Mostly Skyrim. Not the vanilla Skyrim. It's just mostly modded Skyrim with mods and stuff.
What does that mean? Mods and stuff.
So when people mod games, mostly online, they're changing how the game is played and stuff. They're adding their own little fancy weapons, or they're adding whole stories of their own creations into the game.
Oh wow, you're kidding.
And yeah, people who mod are really cool and creative, and sometimes they just put in a lot of jokes in it. And Skyrim, the base game Skyrim, if you play it right now, is really broken.
Okay.
But if you have mods on it and stuff like that, then like it's a lot funner to play.
Okay.
All right, activities, drift, see leaderboards. You cannot follow Ghost in Drift. I am actually surprised.
Is that why I can't do it?
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm sorry for giving you the wrong information. I could
hey,
have
no,
sworn
that's
too.
okay. That's all right.
Hmm.
All these people say hello, and I'm like, they're far away, and I don't know if they're
Uh,
talking to me.
nah, it's just hello to the entire server is all.
You mean when people comment to each other, like, hello, or you want to race, or...
Yeah, they're chatting with other people and stuff. You're just in the crosshairs of seeing them, I guess.
Yeah. All right, since we can't do that.
All right, well, I'm sorry. You can't follow Ghost and Drift.
That's all right. You know what? Let's do a different activity. What can I... Let's see, follow you in.
You can follow me in quite a bit. It just depends on what you're feeling up to, actually.
Okay. Let's see. Let's
Nothing like you can't follow me into street, drift, or hypercars. You can follow me in drag racing, but I'm pretty fast, and like, so you won't be able to do anything with that.
yeah. I don't even have a drag race car yet. See, now
uh,
my
I'm looking.
my
That's
picture
all the stuff.
is over the CC. So I don't know how much CC I have unless I take that picture away. If
Uh,
I'm not broadcasting. But I've got like 50,000 or something for the blue. And then I've got like 2 million for the bits or whatever those are called. For the
uh,
B.
don't wor- don't worry about the blue numbers.
Okay.
Actually, I'll send you a picture of what the blue numbers are really used for.
Okay.
But the black number, that's where you go and buy your cars and stuff in like the dealerships.
Okay. And don't you
Hmm.
have to go to catalog to get... No. Oh,
Nah, you can just head to the dealership. It's a lot easier, I find it.
where is that a... Oh, you mean
You know, when you go into
headquarters?
the, yeah, headquarters.
Let's see. No, that's not the right button. Headquarters. This one? There we go. This is the only way I know how to get there is like this.
Uh, yeah, through the map is what I do as well.
Okay.
Huh. Well, I can't show you the picture what the blue number is for because the in-store thing is not working at the moment. I guess half
Ma-
the game is shut down now because like,
maintenance.
oh, we're preparing for the maintenance now.
That's okay. Okay. Oh, goodness sakes. They got a Camaro. You know, I sort of wish I hadn't have picked a Mustang. It's so heavy in the front. When you turn, it throws the whole car, you know?
Mm,
This little Mazda, though, the RX-7 is fun for drifting.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So, what do you think about the guy in the wheelchair?
You know, I think it's cool that they put it in, but his wheelchair is incorrect in a very bad way, and it bothers me a lot.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Catherine and I spent over an hour yelling at like his wheelchair design
Yeah,
because it's so bad.
it is. I'm like, what the heck is that? That would never work. Are you kidding me? I mean,
Oh,
look, it's got a 90-degree angle. You can't say like that. Look at these handles. I mean, come on, really? No handles are shaped like that. You know, look at these freaking bicycle tires with spokes that ain't even gonna hold up to going over a dang curb. You think this guy can go over a curb with these? No, they're bicycle tires. Look at this. Look at this in the front. Do you
uh,
ever see a wheelchair like this? That's not even skateboard wheels down there. And look at this all twisty, funky metal. That is not how you hold your legs in. It's terrible.
yeah. Uh,
And then he's
Catherine,
just
she used
there. He doesn't do anything. He's just there.
he. I can actually show you where all of his like where he talks the most in like each races, but it's just all bad.
Do you know
But
I
yeah,
noticed?
Cap.
I saw him standing one time.
Oh, you saw him standing.
I think
Really?
so. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's like me. He can stand, but he's in a wheelchair too. But it was
Well, say
even
I've never seen
shocking
him
to
stand.
me. I, it might have been somebody else. I'm not exactly sure if it was him or not. Because I was like, wait a second. Would the video game do that? Where they're standing and in the wheelchair? I'm like,
But
probably
the
not yet.
Catherine, who spent most of her life in a wheelchair, she played professional basketball,
Oh,
and
nice.
so she played a sports wheelchair as well. And her
Yeah,
main comment was like, "It looks like they just grabbed a wheelchair they saw off the internet, and like a hospital wheelchair, tried to make it look cool, but everything about it is wrong."
exactly. Exactly.
The the race that I absolutely hate the most, and Catherine hates it as well, is a street race called The Accident.
Oh,
The reason why we both hate it is because in the race, halfway through the race, there's an accident. So you, being a good person, takes an injured person from a car crash, throw them in your car, drive really fast along the road to get to the hospital, and it's like this person could be you could be making their life a lot worse by doing this.
yeah, for sure. That's what I'm
And
always
you
afraid of when I drive in the
and you
car.
you also get money and followers and stuff from doing this. Like, no, this should be a free thing. You shouldn't do this for money.
See that last sentence? My thing cut out.
So after you're done with the race, or the event really, you get some money, you get followers and stuff. And Kath and I is like, they're just using someone who got into a car wreck as a way to get followers and money.
Yeah, that's pretty effed up.
So if you want to take a look at it, I recommend turning on the voices and then playing the accident just so you can see the most hated race that I absolutely hate.
Okay. I'm probably gonna
It's
hate
not
it
that
with you.
long. but
Oops, wrong
but
one.
yeah, Latrell, the guy in the wheelchair, is like, "Oh, this is why street racing needs to be legalized. So like, if this happens, we'll be prepared for it." And I'm like, this is a good reason why it shouldn't be legalized
Yeah,
because this is all stupid at the moment.
right? I don't like it when games get it wrong like that because it perpetuates the incorrect perceptions of us as a disabled community.
Yeah.
And that's what people are going to see on a whole.
And this is why uh, Catherine and I, we've been trying to plan this, but we don't really know how to do it exactly. But we also want to go on YouTube and talk about disability as well.
Really?
And that's just straight up creepy. Anyway, we want to talk about disability because we feel like, a lot of this people know about disability is through the media, like movies and books, video games. And when a game like this gets disability so wrong, people won't know the difference and how bad it is.
Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think it's fantastic that you want to take action to that.
Yeah,
It's
so
good for you. I'm proud of you guys for that. That's fantastic.
the only thing is we haven't done anything yet. We're slowly trying to get our name out there. We're slowly trying to figure out how to work with YouTube and online stuff. But
Yeah.
once we know what we're doing, then maybe we'll start uploading stuff.
You're never going to feel like that. It's kind of like you being a writer and never satisfied with your own work. Like my friend told me, you just got to do it. Jump in and do it. You'll figure it out as you go. Just follow your passion. I mean, if that's what you're being led to. I get where you're coming from, though. You got to have an organization about it.
What was that last part?
I said, I get where you're coming from, though, because you have to have an organization to it. Noise, brother. To your story. An organization to your story. Like, I want to ask you what you see. So I'll ask you, what is your story that you want to tell? Is that the issue you're having, or
it's not the issue that we're having?
Recording?
We just don't. Well, yeah, we have really bad recording things, but our problem is more so like, how do we tell this to like not get anyone upset, to be informative, and make sure we're not accidentally spreading the wrong information, because not everyone knows everything, and the last thing we want is to tell someone something and have it being wrong.
Yeah. The way I tend to go about it is I say, in my opinion, or, if I give factual information, I say, this information is from this source, and this is where I got this information. And then you can also say, in my experience, this is what's happened to me, and maybe it can help some of you. That way, you're not telling people what to do. You're just sharing your story and your experience and your opinion with the world. And if people get upset, people are getting upset. It's YouTube, some people are looking for stuff like that. And you just gotta not pay attention to that stuff. Not like I can do it either. I'm probably gonna be upset when that happens. But when you share your experience, that's the thing that people are going to pay attention to. You know what I mean?
I'm fine with people leaving nasty comments and stuff on the videos, because to me, well, you're still clicking on my video. You're still giving me views.
That's true.
Catherine, she has anxiety and stuff, and she's like, she's a little bit scared of if people will start lashing out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying small things at the moment to
Gotcha.
kind of build up that confidence.
Yeah, I gotta go to your page. I haven't even gone there yet because I couldn't remember what your name was, and then the machine was off, and then I was too tired, and I was like, I'll go to it later. I have way too many notifications from YouTube. I don't even look at them. I'm ashamed to say. But I watch on TV, YouTube, the app from my TV. I don't tend to watch off my computer very often. Sometimes I do in the computer in the other room, but mostly I'm laying down in here. So I end up playing suggestions, what they have for suggestions. Or I can go to the side and start looking.
Yeah.
It's
Catherine
not.
and myself, we do everything on the PlayStation. Like we watch YouTube on PlayStation, we watch Netflix on PlayStation,
Okay.
and like we just do everything on the PlayStation. Really, like.
Yeah, that's how my best friend does YouTube on hers.
Well, the
So,
only bad part is when YouTube doesn't refresh on the PlayStation. That just annoys us.
how do you mean?
Oh, sometimes it just won't refresh at all, and so like we've seen everything we on our recommendations section. Like, please refresh, give us a new video to watch.
Oh, yeah,
And
uh-huh. So you like to watch the suggestions too?
we try to like we have a big selection of like subscribers where people we subscribe to, and they kind of upload contents daily.
Oh,
So
okay.
like we watch, but once all that is done, they're like, all right, what else is on there? We like to watch a lot of education videos and stuff.
Okay. The law of education?
Not law stuff, but like we'll watch a lot about like writing videos and stuff because we're both writers, and
Yeah.
then we'll watch some medical stuff because like we're both. Catherine's really into medical, and I'm like, I should probably know what some medical things myself.
Yeah.
All right. So the first part about this race, don't worry about being behind everyone because they're kind of designed to always be ahead of you, really.
Okay.
But you'll know when the actual race starts when you'll get into a cutscene.
Okay.
But yeah, so don't worry about the first part. Let's see. I'm good.
Ah! Did not see that one coming. Sometimes I forget that blue thing is up there to tell you where to go. Sometimes I forget that
It does help.
blue thing is up there to tell you where to go.
It does help.
Ooh! Oopsie. Oh, here we go. Oopsie. Oh, here we go. Oopsie.
Whoa, that looks bad even from here. We need to help. Oh man, careful moving them. There might be internal injuries.
What?
No time to wait for an ambulance. You gotta get him to the hospital fast. This is what we do, you hear?
What?
We take care of our own.
Wow. If you're taking care of him that way, I don't want your help.
Easy there. You don't want to shake him up.
I love how they just you drag him.
Yeah, exactly. You're not supposed to touch somebody when that happens. You need to C-spine him.
It looks like he had spinal injury too. The last thing you want is to drag him.
Yeah, exactly. And his leg was pretty broken up.
And the thing is, you can wreck all the time you want, and like you won't get no consequences for it.
Jeez. Terrible. You know, content like what you guys want to share is needed in our world. People need to understand that. Oopsie.
Catherine and I, we want to focus more on the media and how the media portrays disability because we're both big media people.
Okay.
And so we want to focus on stuff that is shown in video games and movies and stuff, and try to break the social norms off that. Because I've actually did an academic paper in my college about disability in media.
And this is why we
And
Oh, cool.
so there's someone around
it's
ready
just
to
so
handle it if
bad.
things go bad.
Yeah.
Anyone, if you are disabled, you're probably an evil person, or you'll never get the love of your life, or you'll end up killing yourself.
Yeah.
In some of the shows and movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a movie that Kath and I both hate on a premise alone. It's called Me Before You.
Oh, oh, I haven't seen that one, but I've heard
Hey,
people talk
that's
about
some
it.
fine driving for a good cause right
Well,
there.
the guy in a
We got
wheelchair
an enemy
kills
agent
himself
here.
at the end.
Get a line on his ABCs.
Really?
And that's a great message you show to someone like, oh,
Yeah,
you will never find happiness, unless someone goes out of their way to love you. And even
yeah,
so, the only true happiness is by death.
yeah. That's fucked up. I mean, excuse me, that's effed up. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh. And so like that's what Kat and I want to kind of change. Or like we want to change the whole media and how it portrays disabled people.
Yeah,
Because there's
Feel like going for
very
a little drive
few
today?
actual disabled people in media that is actually are good.
right.
Like, have you ever seen the movie How to Train Your Dragon?
No, but that's one that I wanted to see. Because the second
So
one came out and everybody's talking about that
Don't tell
too.
me, just drive faster.
Yeah. Well, the movie's How to Train Your Dragon is probably the best disabled character there is because uh, the disability is part of his life. He uses it to his advantage. He doesn't bring him down, and he's not really handicapped because of it.
Good. Yeah, see, and that's what I want people to understand about my life. There
Yeah.
are a lot of advantages for us in our positions, even though we're suffering constantly on a daily basis. There's something that can come out of it.
But yeah, and there's other examples as well, but like that's like so far one of the biggest, best examples we could think of off the bat.
There might be
Okay.
internal injuries.
Oh god, this is so bad.
No time to wait for
I'm surprised they're doing it
You gotta
again.
get into the hospital fast. This is
Well,
what
if
we
I
do
beat it
here,
one
huh?
time, then
Take
it's
care of our
over.
own.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
automatically hit the triangle button because I'm so used to restarting.
Easy
Uh,
now.
Did
You
I
don't shake 'em up too much.
do I have to make? Well, I don't have to do this. I can do anything I want in the game.
This is one race you don't have to do. Like I did it once, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. We But yeah, let's see. Like even like, oh, you're watching something.
No, go ahead.
But like, I'm thinking of just characters in general. Like Anakin Skywalker, he turns into Darth Vader, and he's also disabled.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loses
and
half his body.
he got evil because of it,
Mm.
and it's like, why can't he have the Force? I mean, because I'm disabled and I have abilities that people think are foo-foo or woo-woo, and they're incredible, incredible gifts that regular people don't have. And it's because of my disabilities, and it makes me an asset to our society.
Oh yeah, there's also the superhero trope as well. Like, there's a lot of disability characters that are the heroes. Disability characters are normally have like a superpower of some kind. They're called the super crypts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or there's superpowers that cancel out their disabilities entirely, which makes it useless.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Who? Oh yeah. You won't-
You can keep talking.
it's-
Doesn't bother me.
We're just thinking of characters that have like superpowers that's like they're disabled, but their superpowers is kind of like makes it like pointless. And I thought of Daredevil from Marvel superheroes.
I don't know that character.
So Daredevil's not really a a well-known one like Iron Man or anything like that. But he's a blind lawyer, which sounds really cool. But yet he has such super hearing and sound, he doesn't need his eyesight at all.
Okay.
So like the fact he's a blind lawyer is pointless. His hearing is so more advanced in like people's eyesights in the Marvel.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. I'm thinking about it. I'm processing it. Like, you have a very valid point. I never really thought of it like that, I guess.
Yeah. This is another race that's just basically just sit back, relax. Slow ones will just relax when you do the race. It's about 14 minutes, probably.
Jeez, yeah, I played this one time and I was like, what is the point of this? It's not really challenging.
It's not really supposed to be challenging. It's just more of a relaxing race as it helps you get parts and for your cars.
Okay.
But the next time, because now I probably mentioned all of this as well. Whenever you watch a movie or TV show of any kind, pay attention to any character that has a disability, and you'll find that they're probably evil of some kind, or they have a superpower, or it's for a laugh.
Oh yeah, that
like. There's not really many disabled characters that are just a normal person.
Yeah. There always has to be inspirational.
Yeah, very inspirational. And Kaf and I were like, Kaf really hates. It's called inspiration porn.
Oh, really? It's a thing?
Yeah, because it's just a whole bunch of people will just use this ability as we like look at this person doing such amazing stuff. You know, we could do this too, and it's basically like just inspiration porn.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody who's disabled wants to be thought of as inspirational just for getting through the frickin' day.
Yeah, Kaf hates that, and Kaf gets that a lot as well. It's like, oh, thank you for, coming me out here today. And Kaf's like, I just got on the train.
Right.
Because Kaf uses a wheelchair a lot, she's told me many times when strangers will just push her up or down a hill.
Oh, God.
And she's like, it's really like rude to do that, and also there's not much she can do because there's someone just literally pushing her.
Right.
Like, you can't do much about it.
I have a regular rolling wheelchair. It's like the terrible model that you get at Walmart, and I had her for 5 years. Her name's the Beast because she's so heavy.
Yeah.
And with all my stuff on it, she's like 50 pounds. And I can't roll her because, once I damaged my arm, I can't roll a wheelchair anymore. But it's always a struggle to be out in it because of the way people treat me differently. And there's times where I'm afraid to stand up because people will respond so badly, and you feel unsafe,
Yeah.
or they look at you rudely.
Yeah, there's been many a times where Catherine has gotten yelled at because she stood up in her car. It's like, oh, you're not disabled. We're just using your grandparents' parking thing.
Yep.
And Cat's like, hey, look at the metal on my fake leg.
Yeah.
It's real.
And sometimes when I get mad, I want to just blow up. And I try to stay calm, but I can't. It's like sometimes I go off on people, and I try not to because I want to educate them to not do that again to somebody else.
This is just a little gripe for us, but we absolutely hate parking lots because people will always leave like shopping carts in the disabled parking lot section
Really?
all the time. And it's like Cat's like, if you weren't here, I can't park here because I can't get out and
And
move the
move
shopping
it.
cart out of the way.
Right.
If you have her legs, but that's if you have her legs.
Yeah. I have a power chair now.
Okay.
And it's brand new. I just got it. I haven't used it very much, and they had to come back and recalibrate it now that I have used it. He says the brushes and the motor have worn down to a point where now he will come over and put his computer on it and program it so that it operates right. 'Cause it'll move to the side real fast. Oh, damn
Oh, wow.
trees.
Oh, another representation of disabled people I just realized is when they get robotic limbs and stuff like that. That is clearly more better than like an actual human's arm or leg and stuff like that.
And they still complain.
Yeah, and
they're
that's
still
so
complaining half the
wrong.
time as well.
And that's
Like,
so wrong.
Do you remember
Opposite.
a movie called Avatar? With the blue people and stuff?
Yes, I love that movie.
Oh,
The
this may make
graphics.
you like. The graphics are great, but this may make you not like it a little bit. The main character is disabled, and he's freed when he goes into and becomes an alien.
Yeah.
Catherine likes the movie, but she hates that one part of it.
The fact that he becomes. But wait, explain.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
You're introduced to the character literally in a wheelchair, like unable to move and stuff like that. And the only time when he can finally like get up and walk again is like such a free feeling for him, and all this stuff. So like he's trapped in his disabled body. He's only free once he's able to get his legs and move again.
Oh, yeah. Like, you're not enough unless you have it all. When you can be just fine without it.
Yeah.
Get back on the
Graphically,
track.
it does look good though.
Yeah.
Graphically, it looks good, but yeah, that one aspect is just what Kat and I hate seeing in movies because it's so common.
Yeah. I actually like that movie. You might not like this, but I actually like that movie because I felt like I wish I could do that. You know what I mean?
Which is fair. I can't blame you for that.
Yeah. I was like, how awesome that he can go and do that they made a thing or a world like that.
I think Kat and I were kind of like worried about, kids that are got disabled their whole life and stuff. We're just afraid the media is just portraying them as like they'll never truly be happy unless they're like everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important not to give kids the wrong idea because they're our next generation.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we have so much trouble in our group with the fact that sometimes we can walk and sometimes we can't. And almost all of us that use wheelchairs are not permanently in them. But
Yeah,
we
of
have
course.
to use them regularly. And we actually have made up these cards, like business-sized cards. And so that when, you go to park in the spot and somebody yells at you like you're not disabled, to hand them the card to explain And so it'd be really easy. You just hand them the card and walk away. It's like, fuck you. Excuse my language, I mean. You know, it's like, here you go, you dumb person, and here's some education. Don't do this again. Some people, oh boy, that was an unseen turn. Some people need to get a lesson on rudeness. Like, it's not your job. Let the police deal with that. That's their job. If somebody parks in a spot and they're not supposed to, it's like $270. That's a lot of dang money. You know? And people aren't parking in those spots enough that other strangers should be yelling at us because of what we look like.
Because we know, Kath and I, we know about, you know, invisible disabilities.
Yeah.
And stuff. And so Kath and I, we don't get upset if someone is walking around in that parking spot. We just get upset if they don't have their card. Because their card is the only way to really verify, like, alright, yeah, you have a card, you deserve here. If you don't have a card, like, how can we know?
Right. I'm the same way about it, you know, with the card. Like, mine expired and I need to get a new one, but it's on the list, and you know how you never get to it.
Yeah.
And
we got one of those.
My dad likes to park as far away as he can so he can get his exercise. I'm like, that's great when you're alone, Dad, but I need you to park as close as you possibly can. You know?
And I have to admit, I'm kind of like that as well. It's just like, oh, it's not that far of a walk. And Kath's like, yeah, for you. Like,
right.
Oh,
yeah. It's good that you can admit that, though, and that you know that. That's cool. Knowing that about, you know, yourself, then, like, you can go, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Here, let's get that right. My dad, on the other hand, isn't like that. He's like, that's not very far. You can walk it, like, how does he say? It's very, he says, you need your exercise. I'm like, no, that's not the right thing to say to somebody who doesn't have the kind of energy you need to, you know. I mean, I'm not explaining it well. Like, it's not the same thing you say the way you say it. The way he says it is very different, and it's very condescending and rude and discompassionate, the way he goes about it. And then
I do understand that.
At a certain point, he gets upset of me wanting him to park in the front spot, that he just stops listening to me, and then he goes and parks in the spot he wants to. So then I don't have a choice. I don't think that's very cool. And
I think the reason why I'm able to, like, be the person I am, because I was at one point very much like your dad. And
okay.
because I was dating my partner and stuff like that, and I moved to a different country, and my partner introduced me to a whole other community I knew nothing about, I really started to see that there's a lot more different people out there, you know, a lot more different opinions, how the world is viewed and stuff like that, and that's where I started to, like, change over time.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you know the experience of that.
Yeah, because before I was like, you know, you're only disabled if you're in a wheelchair, and, like, if you're disabled, that means you're basically an old person and stuff. I had no idea that, you know, there's a Paralympic section.
Yeah.
Who are just as impressive as, like, regular Olympics.
No,
right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you kind of went on a rant about it once.
Oh, Jesus. How are you still dating me?
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's what love does.
Kath tells me about, like, the type of person I was many years ago. I'm like, oh, wow. Why are you dating me? Why do you do this? I know I've changed now, but come on. I was a horrible person.
Obviously, you weren't a horrible person deep down on the inside, or she never would have got with you. You know, you're obviously the kind of person that can listen to other people and change your mind based on new education. And that's probably one of the reasons why she loves you, because that makes it for good teamwork, you know? And then you can get through stuff like that and work on it together.
My whole thing was I wanted to be a journalist because my parents were separated before I was born.
Okay.
And so both my mother and father told me that they never lied to me, but both my mother and father were telling me two very different stories of the exact same story.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, someone is obviously lying in this. So it's because of that mentality I always, want to find out both sides of a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's where everything came from at first.
That makes sense, because, like, there's that understanding that each person has their own perspective, but at what point does it become not fabricated, but
yeah,
I guess not right.
The only bad thing about this type of mentality I have is I'm a little bit noisy when it comes to people's lives, because I'm like, ooh, what happened? Ooh, tell me this, and then I go to the other person, I'm like, ooh, what happened? Like, I don't want to tell you. This is not your business. I'm like, oh, guess right, okay.
Really?
I just need to remind myself that I don't need to ask everyone about everything that's happening in their lives.
Yeah. Well, I get where you're coming from, because I tell long, detailed stories because I want people to understand the details of it so they can understand the context of what I'm saying. And people are like, you tell too many details, just tell the point, And so I work really hard to say the actual point first, and then, like, what I'm trying to do is, if I can say the point first and then let them process that and then ask me another question, then I can go down the road that they are interested in, But instead, I tell them the whole story when they aren't even interested in the details. And they just wanted the point.
I'm very short when I don't explain things in heavy detail a lot. And one of the reasons why is because I was always told, like, explain something to someone as if they're like 5.
Okay.
So, like, short sentences, simple words, and that's why I use a lot.
Okay. Now, do you use that same style when you write?
Actually, I don't know. Do I explain things? Do I write my book as if people are reading as if they're 5?
No, I think you've got the opposite problem when you write.
Not really?
You kind of expect people to know too much. That was the general gist I got from Poppy's feedback anyway.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I've been writing my one book for so many years, I kind of expect other people to have read the book for so many years at this point.
Yeah. What did she say?
She said basically that I expect people to know everything in my book, despite them never reading it before or know anything about it.
Okay.
It's just because, like, I've written this book for so many years, I kind of forgot what people don't know about it.
Yeah.
Which is what beta readers are for.
What the what?
Beta readers are for.
Oh. That's a thing? That's pretty cool.
So, beta readers are normally free. I wouldn't give someone money to beta read a book simply because your book isn't done. It's not ready.
Yeah.
Yet. There's mistakes.
So
But,
what's the point of the
they're-
beta readers?
The whole point is for them to read your book and explain to you, what you're doing wrong
Okay.
or how
Let's
to
keep
improve
Teal
it.
behind you the rest of the way.
And sometimes a lot of people like it because it's a before access. It's
Okay.
if you are a popular reader and stuff like that, then like people are like, ooh yes, let me read your book before anyone else can.
Yeah.
Type of ordeal. And some people just like reading books because well, I got nothing else to read. Let me read someone's brand new book.
Yeah. My best friend's sister reads constantly. I mean, you can't believe the rate at which she reads. And it just blows my mind. But yeah, she's big time for reading.
You think with all this quarantine, Cass and I will be reading books so we can finally get into it, but we're still lazy to do that.
Yeah, right?
Although Cass is listening to audiobooks now, so I guess she's beating me.
Well, there's that. I need to get back. I think I have 7 Audible books right now. I keep saying I'm going to unsubscribe, but then if I do, I'll lose my credits. And I want to spend my credits before I unsubscribe. It just goes on like that every month. And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cute marketing trick there, Amazon. You know? If you could keep your credits and cancel your subscription, you would easily cancel it. But because you want to use up your credits, you never end up unsubscribing when you want to.
From way back there, you should have a nice view of me
Oh,
kicking your ass.
because I mentioned that Catherine's disabled, she's in a wheelchair and everything else, and have I ever told you how she got into that place?
No.
Alright.
Tell me.
So when she was very young, how old were you? Ninja Kako?
14 months.
Oh Jesus.
Just a little bit over.
So when Catherine was 14 months old, she got this really deadly disease called meningococcal.
Oh, is that like meningitis?
What is it like for America? Because we don't have that.
You guys do have it, it's just, you've got the more common branch, which is meningitis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is like meningitis.
So it's
Okay. That's terrible.
Is it deadlier than that?
Yeah.
Alright.
So meningitis is, I think, bacterial, whereas meningococcal is viral.
Alright. So,
I've heard.
meningitis...
Is it the pneumonia?
No. So, meningitis is yes, I can't say it right. It's more of a bacterial type of infection, and it's not as deadly as meningococcal, which is more a viral type of infection.
Okay.
And basically, when she got it, because she got it in a... Basically, there was no real recorded cases of children surviving this.
Oh my god.
And she was basically one of the first children in Australia to survive this disease at such a young age.
Wow.
It's actually been used as a case study a few times because of it.
Oh, cool.
So basically what happened is it kind of just ate away at her legs. So she only has stubs for her legs now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it gangrene?
He was married to his car.
It does cause gangrene.
Yeah, okay. My uncle got that when he had lupus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they amputated below the knee, but they didn't get it all, so they had to go back again and amputate again above the knee.
No. The only reason why Catherine survived in the first place was because there was an outbreak of meningococcal in her town, and she was the only one to have survived because of it, and the doctors realized what it was, so they were able to act on it quickly.
Oh, okay. Gosh.
It's still weird because while Catherine was in a hospital, her mother kept meeting all these other people. It was like, oh, meningococcal, I don't want to give my kid a meningococcal vaccine because they may get it and stuff like that. And this was when she was in primary school. And her mom was like, she said was like about to beat up these random people. It was like, my doctor is in the hospital because of this. You will like treat your kids with the vaccines.
Wow. Good for her.
I'm curious.
So she had a story to tell about her daughter.
Oh
and
yeah.
Advocate for the education.
Yeah. Kat's mom's really incredible of everything she's done for Kat, especially when she was like so young.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I like that when people have good families.
Her mom is also a very blunt person. So she won't be around the bush with someone's like, oh, you know, you should get the vaccine because it is good and there's research. Her mom will be like, get the vaccine because you're an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
But sometimes you just need to be blunt sometimes.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to, I'm getting my backbone back, you know, and it's been hard because I'm completely dependent on the entire world to take care of me. So you have to accept what you can get when you can get it, right? And that's not necessarily something you can shake a stick at and say, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that, you know, or the way you do this or the way you do that. Yeah, no, so it's like, I can't go off on people that are helping me. So I try to be as diplomatic as I can and explain to them, you know, hey, that's actually not like that. When I should actually more be mad and telling them off instead, because the ignorance and it's not ignorance, it's like they know about it and they do it anyway. And I should be going off on somebody like that, you know, but so I'm trying to get my backbone back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. You just need to pick the right time and place and know the people you could be mad at and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, although, Catherine's mother has been really mad at and blunt at the doctors and has still got her way to make sure, like, you know, Kath was getting the right treatment she deserved.
Yeah, see, now we have one of the girls in my group, and she's like that, and I'm just like, okay, you need to teach me how to do this. And she's like, Michelle, just say this like that. I'm like, okay. And I'll be darned if she doesn't end up being right. And she tells the doctors off when I'm just like, okay, thank you, when they just, you know, raked me over the coals. Or didn't believe me or something, you know? And I'm like, thank you.
Well, what I found is that you when you're being blunt with someone, you can't be worried about their feelings or anything like that.
Yeah. I can do it with my dad. I can do it with my dad. It's a necessity with him out of self-protection. But I really struggle with regular everyday people.
As long as you tell yourself, like, you're not actually a bad person, you're just trying to get what you want, so, like, you know, something good could happen from it, I feel like being blunt is good.
Yeah.
It has its place.
The other thing I'm nervous about is when I get angry, like, I rage out. And I don't like that about myself, so I'm always afraid if I tell somebody off that I'm going to go off and rage out on them. You know what I mean?
Controlled anger is very different than like outbursts.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to get a handle on. And I'm nervous about it because I'm a lot like my father with going off on people when I rage out like that. The thing is one of the other comorbid conditions that I live with is autism. And it tends to go with EDS. But I got the EDS from my mom. I didn't get the EDS from my dad. But I've discovered in recent times with my own personal education and he'd never go in to get diagnosed, but he's obvious and clearly autistic, high on the spectrum, no doubt. Like what you think of in what current oops, wrong way. Damn dyslexia, those arrows, they get me every time. He is afraid of the world and everything's out to get him. And you know, he's absolutely ridiculous and really an idiot sometimes. But yet the dude's got an IQ of like 145 or something, and he built a house at 12 years old on his parents' farm with electrical and plumbing back in the 40s. And so that's his version of intelligence. But he has no social intelligence whatsoever, and he can't work as a team with anybody. And it's terrible. My version of autism is, well, first of all, I'm a female, and female autism is very different than male autism. And it is not known by culture at all how many females are actually living with autism and how very different it is from what media portrays. It's always males. And there's never any females.
Autism is something that, like, a lot of people probably have it, but a lot of people don't know they have it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I was in the military, and you can't be autistic in the military, but yeah, there was one guy who was clearly autistic, but he had no idea, and he just refused to believe he was autistic. But he had every sign possible, though.
Right. Did he end up staying in the military?
I lost contact with him, but from what I remember, he went to like the National Guard and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still in there or not. But he's a good guy, really good guy. But yeah, he was just so clearly autistic, but he wouldn't like do anything or recognize it.
Yeah, and that was my dad for the longest time, and I actually found out about mine because of an EDS friend I had online, and she was teaching me about it because she had it, and she's like, "Dude, this is this." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" She's like, "No, this is this." I'm like, "No," and after a while, I was like, "Yeah, she's right," and so I went and sought out the doctor in our area to see if that was actually the case and get diagnosed. And sure enough, I did. He diagnosed me. So it's definite. It's not just a guess and diagnosing other people. But looking at my dad, I realized, oh dang, he's the same way. But different. We're similar but very different, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And I have abilities that you don't necessarily think of with autistic people. And that's only because people don't know about autism in females. And so that makes it interesting to explain to people, because when I tell them I'm on the autism spectrum, they'll look at you different, and they'll think of what they know from what they've been taught, like Rain Man. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not like that. Maybe for my dad, yeah. Except he's functional. He had a real job all his life. He took care of me and everything like that, and had one job his entire life, and was a gas man, a utility man for Southern California Gas Company. But yet he's also got a reputation there. So there's that.
Catherine believes she may be autistic as well, but we went into the process of starting seeing if she was or not. But then the whole outbreak happened, and so everything got pushed behind. And we kind of forgot about it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I hope you are able to find somebody and get that diagnosis, and that it helps her. When you get diagnosed with stuff, it's actually a diagnosis.
Oh yeah, we have really good doctors over here, and to be honest, if anything's not wrong with her, that will be more surprising.
Okay. Nice, boo-boo. What about you? Are you on the spectrum?
The only thing I know about me at the moment is that, like, I just don't have a visual imagination type of deal.
Dysphagia.
And also my body just pops way more than it should in weird places.
Really?
Like, my chest will pop if I, like, turn sometimes. Like,
wait a minute.
Do you think it's possible you could have EDS? I mean, my friend's like, oh, you think everybody has EDS, but the actual numbers are thought to be very common, much more common than they currently are, and not rare.
I mean, all possible. I have no idea. But Cap says, like, the moment I get, like, Medicare, then, like, we're going to go to the doctor and find out why I keep popping.
Yeah. Is it more than just your chest? Is it other places in your body?
It's basically any part of my body. I can pop my lower back, my legs, my neck, my chest.
Are you very flexible?
Not even the slightest.
Are you opposite of flexible?
Very opposite of flexible. I do not bend.
Okay.
And it happens so much. Sometimes these things are, like, loud too.
Yeah. Is it hurting you?
No, actually. They always feel good, but it's like I know I shouldn't be popping.
Yeah.
Like, I should not move my neck and have my chest pop.
Right.
So, like, something's probably wrong with me. I just don't know what.
Okay. Of course, my mind's always thinking connective tissue stuff, and other diseases that are like ours but different, like Marfan syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder, but they're not flexible like us. But they run the risk of dying of a sudden aortic rupture.
No. Lovely.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah, right? We have that in our population too. There's I think 13 types of EDS. The most common one is hypermobile. And then one of the other types is called vascular, and they also are at risk for aortic rupture. And like, if you say to somebody, I have type 4 EDS, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Because it's not a death sentence necessarily, but it's clear that they're going to have much shorter lives. Dang it! I thought I was gonna get that.
So Catherine informed me that EDS isn't really seen as a medical condition in Australia.
It's not right.
Or not
Wow.
recognized as one.
Wow. You know, I connect with a lot of people from all over the world. I didn't know that. But I know there's countries that are like that.
Australia is a really weird country. Like, we do things right and we do things wrong.
Basically, there's not enough proof yet. So
Ah.
they won't acknowledge.
Yeah,
Enough.
so because EDS is so rare, there's not enough proof about it yet.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to improve on is the education for providers, you know, doctors, as well as the general public, so that they don't hurt us, you know, and so that
Yes.
it's understood better.
Kind of like a whole like aphantasia as well. It's just it's so rare, no one, and it's also like so like in your mind, a lot of people think that we're just making it up because
Yeah. Yeah.
because like people are like, well, they can see things in their mind, and to them it's like, well, that's impossible. How can you not see something in your mind?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's that when you say it's impossible, I literally use that to describe what happened to me with the nurse advisor on the phone. And she didn't believe me because she thought that's not possible. From what her education was, she's like, no way, that's not possible, that can't happen. So she just blew me off, and so I laid there and suffered, you know, horribly.
The amount of times Catherine had to
Someone he wants to impress
inform
in this race.
doctors and stuff what's going on with her because they didn't believe her. And Cat's like, I had this all my life. Yes, I know this is wrong.
Full of surprises.
Yeah.
Radiologist insisted I didn't have a knee once.
Apparently, at one point, she had a radiologist insist that Catherine did not have a knee.
A knee?
Well, yeah, a knee. Well, clearly she had like both her knees.
What?
Let's
My
see
kneecap
what you've
was
got under
deformed,
that hood.
And it didn't look like what they were expecting.
Ah,
So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got a problem with our medical situation in this world. That's for sure.
Maybe you can take
The whole
home a
reason why,
participation trophy.
besides of course moving with my fiance and stuff like that, why I also chose to move to Australia, is because of Medicare. America just doesn't have anything like that.
Okay.
Like we'll be broke. We probably would have been homeless at this point if we went to America.
Okay. And it's so bad. It's so bad here. Like I am really blessed to have my dad's insurance from when before I got out of college, I got disabled. And that was before the age of 26. And if you got disabled before the age of 26, you could keep your parents' insurance. Well, and you were already keeping their insurance by going to college. If you go to college, they let the children keep the parents' insurance through college. And then I became disabled before I was out of college and age 26. And so I became an adult disabled dependent and was able to keep his insurance. So between that insurance and the Medicare, and then I also get state aid called Medicaid, I get most everything covered. But I'm a rarity. And,
Yeah.
you know, so there's that.
Cap and I were looking up like just simple medical things that like, you know, people would need, and it's just so much more expensive. 2 or 3 times more expensive than getting in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like insulin stuff for diabetes is way more expensive in America than it is in Australia.
I had no idea.
Yeah. The next time you restart this race, when you see that one car on the right that keeps going straight while every other car goes to the left, follow that car. It's a shortcut.
Okay. You like my zebra car? My blue zebra car?
It is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I thought it looked pretty slick too. I was like, oh right, I could go zebra, you know? But I picked blue zebra because I like the color blue. Wait, did I do the right one? Where'd he go?
Keep going. I'll tell you soon.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's always a white car for you.
Hey.
All right, now just keep going straight in the right side in the alley. You
Straight
passed
in the
it.
right side on the alley.
That white car that passed you,
Yeah.
that car always takes a shortcut. So if you can follow that car in
thought you
the
were
second lap,
trying
he'll lead you to the shortcut.
Okay.
I was like, where is he? I don't see him this time around. Oh, you were ahead of him. That's why.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
ahead of the shortcut.
I was thinking I should have held back a little, so I had some time to react. Oops.
I keep forgetting that it's delayed on the stream.
Oh, that's right, huh? That's difficult to deal with.
Yeah. I saw him go into the alley and you turned left again.
Oh crap. Let's try that again.
Next time I'll just tell you what percent it's at, so to pay attention to that.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
I have a friend that plays this game at night,
Yeah.
and I've been friends with him for a while too. I was teaching him the game and stuff like that now, and now he's pretty good. Like, I'm getting kind of scared. He's gonna beat me eventually.
Okay, there's the white car.
Let's see.
Aha!
There you go.
He's like, follow me this way. Oh, dang it.
Oh, the white car messed up as well. Wow, it looks so small in first person. I always drive in third, so it looks a little bit bigger to me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the shortcut. It's not a massive one, but it helps a lot.
Okay. Every little bit. I keep cutting these corners wrong. Ah. Okay, where? No, not yet. I have to be careful of how long I play today because do you remember that night I played for like 5 hours or something?
Yeah.
I ended up with so much tension in my trap that I could hardly use my arm. Like,
Ugh.
it was incredibly painful in one spot, and then I realized it was affecting my neck, of course, and then I adjusted my neck, and that would go away. So I think something's moving around back there. I mean, it's not surprising. I've got a vertebra down low, C5-6, that's so busted up that something happened about a month ago when I lifted my head while I was laying in bed and I heard crack on one side, crack on the other side. and ever since then it's been like it gets stuck. It's bone on bone, and I can actually push it and then push it back into place and then go over.
Oh wow.
And I've got this movement back. I didn't have that movement for a long time, or turning my head. I just had up and down, and that wasn't even very far. So I'm really grateful to be able to turn my head and move it in different directions, even though it's very precarious. It's something I'm grateful for right now. I don't know what the future holds with it. I want to stay away from surgery if at all possible, but if it comes down to it, then I just want to be brave and pray that whatever's God got in mind, that I'm going to be okay, because there's so many bad surgeries. We don't do surgery well. Our tissue is like tissue paper, like trying to sew tissue paper is how they describe it.
Yeah.
So they use special thread, and they use special methods in the way they sew differently to put you back together.
Alright. Well, it is coming around to 6:30 over here, so I think Cap and I are going to think about what's for dinner now and try to figure out what to cook. But hey, it's been fun to actually chat with you this time.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for following me and friending me and all that stuff, because it's really nice to have somebody to share it with, you know? And then lo and behold, you guys are in the same community as me. I mean, that's a God thing to me right there, you know? So I'm really grateful to be able to have met you like that. So stay in touch.
Oh yeah, definitely will. Right, so...
Did I miss it?
Not sure what's going on with my PlayStation at the moment.
I still don't know where this alley is. I'm so far behind the white car now.
Oh, I thought you knew where I was at now. Oh, okay.
Oh, let's see, right here, right? No, not that one.
I'll tell
Right
you
there?
what percent.
Okay, that's a good idea. Oh, I'm ahead of him. Who knew?
Alright. So on 49%.
Oh, I'm at 52.
Yeah, 49%. Just
Yeah.
that brown square building, they keep going on the left of it. Stay on the right next time.
Okay.
And
Brown square
you'll see like a
building.
little, you'll see like a little alleyway that you go straight on through, and then you just take a left to get back onto like the main road.
Okay. 49%. Brown square building. Stay to the right.
49 for lap
49.
1, and I'll tell you for lap 2.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are you looking on yours? How do you know?
I'm looking in the stream. Alright. So, 49% on lap 1, 80% on lap 2.
Okay.
And it's that giant brown building and stuff.
Okay.
But the fact that you're keeping up with him, maybe if you just follow him behind when you retry, maybe that'll be easier.
Yeah. And then once I know where it is, I can restart it and redo it.
Hey, you are in 6th now, so you gain up in the positions.
Yeah, I like doing that. Improvement, little by little. Gross. Where's the white car? Is he behind me?
Yeah, he's a little slow.
Even though he's in what looks like a race car?
Just because he's in a race car doesn't mean he knows how to drive it.
Right?
Oh, he is.
That's what I'm talking about.
You keep You keep driving past it.
What do you mean?
So, the barrier will be gone now. So basically, when you do at
38.
80%, just on 80%, just go straight. Don't turn left. Don't follow the other cars. Just go straight into like a little alley section, right side of the giant brown buildings.
49, 48. Was that it?
Yeah, 49%.
Brown building.
Yeah. Alright, keep going.
Where is it?
You don't have to. You don't have to like. You,
There it is. No.
if you want, I could probably show you a video of it. If you're having trouble, I could just do a quick video for you.
Let's see. Okay.
Alright. This will be the last thing I'll do though, because I do have to leave.
Yeah. If I can see it from here, I'll remember it. Where'd that white car go? We're at 49%. Oh, I see it. I see it. Right here, right here, right here. Is this it?
Let's see. Yes, there we go. I see it on
Okay.
the stream now. That's a really delayed stream. So yeah, you just go through that thing, and it'll cut the whole, going around the corner and stuff, because you're just cutting through it.
Okay. I'm gonna go back here so I can see what it looks like ahead of time. Brown building. Okay, after this checkpoint at 50%. Oh no, that's... Wait, I did it again.
Okay. If you want me to like make videos for you, so you could like watch them and see where all the checkpoints are at, and so you could like try them yourself, I'd be more than happy to do it.
Oh, sure, I'd love that. That'd be great.
Because I'm really bad at explaining things, so maybe if you could like just see what I do, then like, oh, I know where that's at.
Yeah.
I know how to do this.
That's how I learn is experiential and visual.
Yeah. So it won't take me long to make this video, but
Yeah, and how do you get it to me? Let's see. I'd watch it on your page, or
I'll just send you a link on the
there it is.
like I did with the.
There it is. I did it. I did it. I did it.
All right.
Look, look, look.
Nice.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I think. Hi, Rocket.
What race is this? 'Cause I don't actually know.
I don't remember the name of it.
If you can let me know what race this is, because you are missing another shortcut, but I haven't told you about. But if I'm gonna make a video, I'll show you the other one as well.
Okay. This, let's see. Abort. And I'll bring it back up again.
Can I join you?
Can you join me?
Nah, I can join you.
Rocket. There's another person on the stream named Rocket.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
That's okay. I heard it in my ear. Can I join you? How do you do that? You want to
So
race? Is that
basically-
what you're saying, Rocket?
You need to add Rocket as a friend, and then you can both join each other through friend stuff.
Okay. To race
Before you
each
do
other?
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, to races and stuff.
Okay.
What race is this?
Tio's got a
Yeah.
special
Downtown
song
LA
he's gonna
South
play about
Street
his
race.
first race. You beat
Well, I
him
thought it
if
was
you
that
like
one.
his move.
I can
Where is
help
that?
you to get money.
Got a girlfriend.
It says, Rocket says, I can help you to get money.
It's just full of surprises.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocket, I was just gonna go offline. Wouldn't you know that happens? But yeah, let's go for one race. I'll give you 20 minutes.
Alright.
New follower. So I could friend him through the follower. It said new follower. So how do I get to the place where it would tell me where the followers are, and then I can add him as a friend, right? Okay. Rocket, do a friend request on the PlayStation. I really appreciate all your help, Jesse. This really takes a lot of frustration out of learning, the learning curve, you know? Yeah. I'm the same way. It makes life a better world to live in. Yeah, exactly. And I do need a lot of instruction with these games and stuff. Like in Destiny, my best friend is always saying, "Come over here, come over there. This is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're looking at." Because she understands it a lot better. But okay. Okay, I'm going to friends, and then I'll go to search. Alright, where's my glasses? Alright, Rocket. I'm gonna search for your online ID or name on PlayStation. ROKIT space L. Oh, lawn chair. Rocket lawn chair. LAWNCHR. Did I not spell it right? ROKIT space LAWNCHR. Rocket, do you have a PlayStation account? No space. Oh, he says no space. Haha. No space. Underscore. Okay, underscore. Rocket. Rocket underscore launcher. Yes, I found you, Rocket. Okay. Alright, I sent the friend request, Rocket. Okay. I have a Twitter too, so at some point I want to learn how to use it better, but sending me in PlayStation messages would be best for today. Alright, take care, Jesse. Bye. Okay, you accepted it, and I'm going to invite you to the party. Is that okay? To the voice chat? There we go. Okay, so I invited you to the voice chat. If you can come on in.
What a fantastic course we have for our racers to compete on.
Okay. Jump on in, but I'm gonna jump off here and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Get your fresh popcorn at the snack shop now.
Here we go. Hello, Rocket. Check your message. Check your message. Check your message. Rocket joined the party. Rocket left the party. Uh-oh. Check your message. Check your message. Oops, wrong one. Notifications. Message. We can play tomorrow whenever you want to play with me or... Oh, I should do it one more time.
Check your mailbox. There might be some loot in there.
Yeah, I forgot about the mailbox. I'm gonna give it one more shot, Rocket, if you're still on. I don't think you are.
Spectators are reminded to stay well clear of the course during the race. This is for your own protection.
As long as you're ahead of me, I'll be coming for you.
I totally pitted him. Too late, too late. Oh no. To the right, to the right. To the left, to the left. To the right, to the right. Boy, I just cannot get that corner, can I? Alexa, play that song that goes to the left, to the left. Are you sure that's not right? Alexa, stop. Alexa, play that song that goes to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Play the song that goes to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. No, that's not it. Alexa, go ahead 30 seconds. That's not it. Alexa, stop. Mm.